right, we're live. Back to the Void. Go to album. Click play. Ensure my ears aren't going to explode. Set up camera. Hitting that regular keyboard vibe today, but I need to get rid of it. I guess I don't need to fully get rid of it. This is an art book I try to get a lot of inspiration from. I fucking love Horizon. I also love these game and movie art books because they show a bit of the process. And I'm trying to become a man of the process. We're going to see if this pen is going to work today. No progress since yesterday's morning stream, but re-celebrating the fact that I've finished my 100 cylinders in boxes. God, the music's too quiet. There we go. Listening to We the Lion, the Kismet album. 7:55. I got a good chunk of time this morning. And I need to do some gestures. And I haven't discussed anything about gestures before, so I guess giving myself a mental recap, it's like, I like Michael Hampton's way of doing them. I know I have, yeah, so there's just there's a structure that he has. It's from Proco. I haven't taken his course. I'm just going by the online videos he gets for free. I do want to take the course at some point, but focusing on mileage, focusing on the assignments I gave myself for solo artist curriculum, focusing on, I still need to get back to those cars for dynamic sketching. Let's just see if this is going to work with me today. The thing for figure drawing for me is that I need to have a fast, reliable stroke. This is really annoying. Where's my other ink? This is how I got it. But this ink was working previously. Not sure what's up with that. That's very frustrating. Let me go wash it out. Got it. Alright, let's try this. Because I wonder if it's just like this ink is just getting dry really quick. I'm going to look into what's happening. That worked. This ink is the first ink I got that was actually doing well for me. There we go. You remember when life began. In general. I can still use this ink. I just think I have to keep dipping it. I can't use the piston filler. I don't know if it's drying or if I'm doing something wrong with the pen. It's probably the latter. But yeah, I mean, look at that. That's zero problem. It's, oh, okay. I'm glad I didn't like fork the pen up. That's what I was genuinely so afraid of. Well, then again, I did just dip this, but you need a proper flowy ink. I probably just wasn't looking very closely at I'm gonna do some lines at the ink when I bought it. Right, so what's today? I don't have my watch on. He says this as if there aren't like 20 devices around him that all have the date. And let's see, you and me. Don't let your spirit go, wherever you go. Oh. I want to get better at these push lines because these are hard. Not that I need to necessarily, I still sketch on small surfaces. But look how wobbly they are as compared to my side to side. It's all about the elbow. That's what I think. But I don't really know if my thought means too much. Oh man, I'm so behind for the weekend. Come on. Kind of just like, I don't know, drawing lines, seeing what forms itself. This looks better. Maybe making something out of it. Spirits flow wherever you go, go. Let your spirits flow wherever you go, go. Always be blinded, hungry for more. Our hearts will always be burning, hungry for more. Hello, Sharik. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I can hit my timer. It's 8. I have, yeah, okay, 40 should be good. I think there's traffic, so I'll take the train a little bit faster to get to work today. Stop us now. Hold me back. Feel it. No idea what that is. Smoke in your eyes, spirits flow wherever you go. This could be something in real steep perspective, but you just have to kind of, well, not you, but I have to understand why it would be, right? It's just, is this foreshortening? Does local man discover foreshortening? Our hearts will always be burning, hungry for more. Ugh, okay, ink change was a good call. I need to... I have a brush pen, and I'm... Uh-oh, was it? Uh-oh. Did you see that? It's not. Oh, no. What's it then? What's in you, my friend? ¿Por qué? There's definitely ink in here. Look how light it is. Ah! Oh, now it's just not even running. Yo, how goes the sketches? Hey, chummy. My bench is not even working. I just switched out the ink. There must be something wrong with it. I think I borked it, bro. I need to take some time and figure out what's wrong. Oh, I switched the ink out a minute ago, but all right. I need to take time to do that. This is not the time. That complicates things. Yeah. I just draw, but in my imagination, bro. Where my other pen's at? All right, we'll just felt liner. I like the fountain pens because they're nice and bold line. I could do a ballpoint if I wanted to, but we're gonna stick with felt liner for it. Whoops. Ooh, the caffeine hitting, bro. All right. Wake up. Feel like stay up. Yeah, this is a cool effect, but this is not an ellipse. So if you make it an ellipse, because I want this to be a proper cylinder, it breaks all the rules. But, 2 weeks ago, wouldn't have seen that. So that's cool. So, all right, on to the main thing, which I can't really show. You gotta go. Now you gotta stand up. What I can show is what I'm working on. Properties, window capture, Trello. I feel like every time I'm gambling, I do this live. Will Mark expose his email? Just hold on tight. Hold on, isn't it not Alt to crop in OBS? And okay. Well, that sucks. When in doubt, literally just change the window itself. Genius, dude. What can I say? I'm an improviser. All right. Stupid ass statement. So I am doing the models from this drawing Fresh Eyes challenge I found online. I'm not doing the whatever you call it. I'm not doing the whole challenge, but we're gonna go to beep 30. It beeps every 30 seconds, so cool. So every 2 beeps. I don't know, but we'll do it this way. Because I want to do this timed. So actually, you know what? We're just going to speedrun it. The goal is to complete. So, we got circle for the head. This comes up. I need to work on relative proportions, so I'm going to take the time to kind of dot out the 8 heads here. The legs are bent, so it's not the biggest deal. Oh, one of them straight. So I'm going to call it 7, so that foot here should kind of come out here. I shouldn't be doing that first. Follow the way, brother. 2, 3, 4. Pelvis is going to be here, right? So just do the whole leg going down that way. Torso coming down this way. Could be love. That's about right. Could be love. Could be love. Be sacrifice. Whoops, wrong word. Do you ever try to predict what the word of the song is gonna be, and then you just wrong? That was the wrong way. Whatever. Taking a little too long on this. Beloved. Beloved. I forgot the neck, bro. Yeah, it's okay. Not, you know what? Not my finest work, but far from my worst. Or from my least best. So again, this is probably because of the curves about 7 heads high. My floor plane, we got the head's a little tilted. I do like thinking about the collarbones, because this one, so this, the collarbones, I mean there's only one collarbone, but like if we can treat them as their own kind of curves, maybe that's what the shoulders really are, you know? So this is gonna come down, this comes down of its own volition, and it really curves here. Pelvis is gonna rock this way. I need to work on these rubber banding. Could be sacrifice. It's something else. It's not sacrifice. God. For anyone watching, I'm getting the models from a free thing called the Fresh Eyes Challenge by Love Life Drawing, but they are not mine to distribute, hence why I'm not showing them. Probably worth saying nudity warning, but it's art, so okay, don't hate it. Hit me. I really like the way that this can flow. And these proportions aren't terrible. I kind of did it. This hand lined up with this foot in the proper way. I think this head could be a little more tilted. And like, this could be more... I don't hate it. This one, start with the head. It's kind of straight up. Again, because I'm terrible at proportions. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one is kind of all 8, but I need to ghost. Hold me hand. I'm gonna just do the collarbone in one stroke on this one. The neck is gonna be here. No, but see, this is where it gets weird. If I do that, I should have done that. It's okay. If I do this, as long as I capture the flow, 2, 3, 4, that's fine if it goes over. I just need to make sure I have, yeah. See, I like that. See, you go boom, boom. Oh, I can't really see this. I mean, you can, but not really. Boom, boom, boom. Flowy in, flowy down, baby. I mean, this kind. Don't draw the outside. He says to himself. I think I just need to start a little higher up. Yeah, because the line for the bottom of the leg kind of helps accentuate what's happening here, but it doesn't need to be, because I mean, this is, I don't know, there's still things I can't see that I'm aware that I can't see, which I'm sort of lucky about. But so this goes down into this, which comes up to this goes down to this, which comes down to that again. Love you, Oh my heart. This is the hard part. How do I navigate this? If the collarbone is supposed to go down. In the start. Something is wrong here. I think it's because I don't do outside. Do spine. Trying to be intentional with this because I'm not going fast, and so I need to figure out what's, giving some time to think about it, but not too much. Because I think these lines are too... Yeah, I think just turning on the stream helps me just like talk out loud. It gives me a reason to, and it helps me think things through. Because this needs to be more here, right? Sharper angle. And then this can be here. Because as they're closer, that's not a bad thing. And it lets the arms just end up being a little further away from the center. But this is still, something is still wrong. I can't quite identify it. Oh, this is cool. Yeah. Oh man, look at this. Bro, new sketchbook by the weekend? Here to hit Uniglow today, so I might hit the art store too. Yeah, this one's wide because of the arms, but it's not too wide. And we know that if we do a head, right, boom, boom. I feel fine eyeballing it. It's not going to be exact. If I wanted to be exact, use a ruler. So this is how tall we are. And we know that the arms are like 3 heads, right? So we can kind of say, if this arm is almost straight, the hand is really going to hit the end of the page here. So I didn't quite account for this well. The body, think about the spine. Here, this is like really the outside if you think about it. Here, it's like an S on the body. It's going all the way around. This is collarbone into shoulder, coming up to the top of the head, kind of tricep side, and then that forearm comes up. Don't love this. And then collarbone here. I should be going down through the leg, right? I always forget that step. So I should be going down and making sure that this, right? This is going in. Because the foot is balanced. I'm kind of lucky that I have a quarter decent anatomy knowledge, half decent anatomy knowledge. I mean, it's obviously not strong enough to like apply, but I kind of have an idea of how the body flows. I'm also a decently physical person, so that always helps. Need your love. Sure, that's something I forgot to do last time. Need your love. This one didn't work. The legs I think are okay. I think it's because the body just doesn't flow. It definitely does in the image, but I did not quite do that the best. I did not do it justice. I think it's just like this is... I think I should have done here, 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 and then really kind of come out and through with that. Because I think this line really travels on the leg. 'Cause that way the leg would have been here and I could have done the outside. I like that better. I think about how the whole body goes through and down into the leg. We got another 7 head tall person because of these bent legs. She's a bit wide. bum. Bum bum. Don't want to free ball it yet. 2, 3, 4. I don't know. You know, I say that sometimes, and I kind of don't know what that means, and I'm worried about that. Free ball it. I always just figured it was a sports thing. Firefox. No, it's not. Brawl it. The keyboard not plugged in? Oh, I disabled it by accident. To wear trousers but not underwear. See, that's what I was afraid of. I really should have thought about that. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, it's funny. I'll say it, but now I know. Anyway, this is just, whoosh. That's a line. That's a line, brother. Is that gonna fork me? Probably. But I really do. I like this. I like this. More curve, accentuating the swoop, because that's the main action that I'm seeing. 2, 3, 4. We got the here-ish. It shouldn't be that tall. Never let you go down, shit. Around. I'll never let you down. Don't know why I'm drawing the hair. A hand and discover. Take my hand and buy something else. My hand and discover. So this swoops down. It really is just a line, dude. I mean, I don't see. I think one of the things that's going to be the most difficult for me to recognize is like, why bother with another line here? This is like a rare instance of me actually seeing it. Pelvis is coming down, swoop is coming down. I kind of want this. I guess if this is a single line, how do you break out of that? Because I don't want to break the flow of this. So I'll build off the pelvis line, question mark, here. That should be a little further out. Slightly above this foot. Kind of, I like outlining the calf. And I know I'm talking about outlining the calf, but I still like it. Nice. All right, don't fork the arms up, brother. If the back is coming down like this and then going out here, the arm is just cutting that right off. So I'm gonna see if I can. Again, it's just a line. And it, ooh, that's fucking way too long. Oops, excuse my language. And there. You know that part where I said don't screw up the lines, bro? You did it. Anyway. That's okay. This can be more accentuated. Yeah, I think and then this body line could have started lower, but I don't hate that. I like this one. Oh god, this is okay. Last pose of this day. I don't have my watch on. I'm so habitual to look at my wrist. It's weird. 8:23. Yeah, we're good. This guy's bent over, so we're gonna call it 5 heads tall. Kind of wide, which I need to consciously tell myself because it's like, again, I'm just really bad at the relative proportions. So it's like the whole body's kind of half bent over. So we got like 4 heads, if not a little hand of width here. Maybe a little longer on this side. Because we got the 4 heads kind of going that way. And I guess it's curved, so this can be the hand line. And then we kind of got the boom, boom, boom. So if we follow this line, let's do this. This sounds hard. I guess I really can't think too much about it, so the neck definitely is coming over. And I guess to get that bend of the body coming down, and it loops around. I don't know if that makes sense. Then the pelvis comes through and the body goes up. Right, and then you have Google Calendar event. I know I need to commute to work, brother. Just not yet. Why are you half an hour early? Alright, I need to change those reminder settings. Anyway, it's totally unrelated. Because I feel like this left leg in the front, which, you know, there's no model in front of the screen, so I can't really lean much on it, but balance is here. This never works, bro. Feet are hard, man. I find hands far more difficult to draw. It's because I think I've never really tried to draw feet. Oh, he lost the plot, brother. No, he didn't. We're chilling. I gotta make these lines longer. Accentuate your angles. This one. This is just a line. I do like the kind of bringing this to the end. But I was just kind of saying that, like, it only... Because I, like, barely draw feet, so I don't... It's one of those things where you don't really know what you don't know. Okay, and then there's, like, this... Plus, I also just think hands are far more fascinating. I need to blow my nose. I've retrieved my watch. Whoa, peaked at 4 concurrent viewers. Oh my goodness. Commute. That's a great emote. That is so accurate. I don't hate the office. I just don't love the commute. I don't drive. I mean, I can drive, but I don't have a car because screw that. Okay, go to day 6. There's a video about going 3D on this one. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I don't hate The Office, but I just don't hate the player, man. I hate the game. Okay. Think of a Smosh bit. Oh, the circles. This is a different style. Maybe I should force myself to just try to replicate it. Keep getting sidetracked. So I'll take the bus or the train, and it takes me 30-40 minutes to get there, and I'm trying to make it so that I get myself to listen to Japanese lessons on Pimsleur on my way to work, but it's just pain, bro. I also just like listening to music and staring out the window. What can I say? What can I say? Alright, so the idea with, again, this is credits to Love Life Drawing, Fresh Eyes Challenge. I'm not going to show the material, I'm just going to reiterate it in my own words in a way. But they're breaking the system is breaking down the mannequin into basic shapes, which I completely agree with. I just really like the system I found with Michael Hampton. So I was doing their models then, but here they're doing some. I did some reading in the tech channel. Let me finish my thought. Let me read that because that sounds like more than just a comment. But this is breaking things into 3D. So we're going from this element of 1, 2, 3. Oh, hey, that's like not bad. And going more into this cross contour kind of hero thing here. So this is more 3D as you kind of look at it. So that's cool. So I guess the goal is identify the basic shapes, which is just head, torso, and pelvis, which I agree with from the book that I have and I've been kind of less referencing. For this post, use the 2D models idea, but okay. So I'll do some models and try in 3D, and I should wrap up in 11 minutes. I did some reading in the tech channel on your Discord. Do you mind if I actually DM you? Oh yeah, of course. Anytime. Lots to talk about. I'm not sure if you mean day job or not, but yeah, no, definitely feel free. I think especially particularly because like, I don't, yeah. You can get my unfiltered thoughts too. Anyway, okay, so let's see how many there are. 4 or 5 references. I have 10 minutes. That's 2 minutes per reference. I can do it, dude. All right, boom. We got head, person leaning up. They do have a manic. I don't want to look at their reference. I'll have it sort of. We love unfiltered. Heck yeah, dude. Boom. This. Oh, I'm not destined to do this fast, brother. We got the back. Kind of still thinking about Hampton's flow. Should have ghosted that. Kind of. Theirs is more detailed than I want to go for right now, but I am going to kind of just like steal this idea of making it 3D. We have this kind of pinch, which is nice. I don't hate that. So this is coming down. We got the pelvis, the butt. I guess the butt is kind of probably better to accentuate for me. This here, boom. Shit. I'm like trying to time myself for 2 minutes, but it just constantly feels like I have 5 seconds left. The arm is tough because it comes out to the back of the head, right? But if you do this, boom, look at that. It's foreshortened. I think the same as with Blender. I do. I am quote unquote taking a CG cookie course. CG cookie, I'll type it in the chat. And I'm doing the basics of animation. I did that in art, and then I took dynamic sketching in art, and that just took up all my time. My subscription in CG Cookie is still going, and I love working in Blender. I actually really enjoy animating. I first found CG Cookie when they were like making free YouTube videos, so I just always stuck around. But they have good courses, and they have this really cool core program. And right now I'm kind of leveling up art, but like trying to get a huge dude. I'm so bad at it, but I'll see people talk about it from like a technical perspective, and I'm just enthralled. Like one of my, I don't want to call it a dream, but like one of the things I'd love to do is get good enough at, I guess, engineering and math, well, software engineering and math, and contribute to Blender. It would never be in any significant way, but that's just like, those kinds of open source community projects, Blender is what made me an open source person. Like I use Linux mostly because I don't like Windows, but it's like thanks to Blender that I even entertained the idea of Godot, because Blender has just gotten so, dare I say, mainstream, and I'm filling in these lines because the assignment kind of asks for it. The proportions of these legs are so off. We got a game engine like Blender. Godot will. Yeah, I think Godot just, they got lucky with the time. I mean, to be clear, all the Godot work is fantastic. But like I think some of the best things have just gotten lucky. Like the iPhone could have existed 3 years before it did, but it would have been too early. Right? So there's just this sense of timing that I think is so important. And Godot's timing is just excellent. I mean, they had the Unity debacle. The Unity debacle made Brackeys come back and teach Godot. I mean, that was crazy. I've never been a Unity person, to be honest. I did make a small prototype of it a while ago, and I was unemployed. But man, I can love talking about this shit. I think games are, for me, my ultimate medium to get out ideas. And I really want to be good at it because I'm not. One day, though. Current work bars me from doing it. Okay, so we're following Hampton's idea again. Look how fast this is, dude. Dude. Alright, so this is where the leg comes out. And instead of the circles, I prefer these like rubber bands that Hampton uses. Hampton again, Proco artist. I see you're saying same. Yeah. No, one of my favorite things is like JavaScript programmers be complaining about, I can't say too much. It's just going back to web development from game design or game development is like, I don't know, man. My last job was real-time bidding, ad tech. And like, it wasn't the most meaningful thing, admittedly, but like the kind of technical challenges you face when you're dealing with 1 million requests per second and more. I mean, it's no Facebook, whatever, newsfeed, but I mean, that just, man, I'm not thinking, and like, this actually looks kind of good. It's got like a weapon here. Like, it's an environment where less than 500 milliseconds is unacceptable response time. Do you mean get into it for like hobby wise, or do you mean like breaking into it professionally? Like, I know you mentioned you were software as well. I don't know if that's web dev, back end, or what, but okay. I completely ignored the 3D thing, but I like how this turned out, so I'm not gonna touch it. Whew. Okay, let's try the 3D here. Suggest sticking the 2D over, accept the rear leg arm. I reject your instruction. Make it cool. Yeah, I've got one prototype up. Technically the first game I made was remaking Tetris, and I made a video on that. That was fun. That was in Godot. I was lucky enough to take like a game design course in college, and the design aspect, telling a story is like my favorite part. So I started blending. I like blending more than actual game. Yeah, no, I feel that, dude. I mean, part of why I'm drawing was to like, it's to represent all these ideas I have, right? Because you can't share them if you can't show them. And one of the ideas I have is visual novel-esque, and I drew some like thumbnails for the prototype, which is up. I haven't touched it since before I started working where I'm working, so not that I'm distributing it, but it's like a super simple prototype, gets across the idea, and I'm like, man, I wish the art was better. And then I started realizing that like half decent art is kind of what makes a game. I mean, you can have, it's not half of what makes a game. It's the design. You need flowy programming. If the game's staticky, things don't work well. But I think that, okay, again, this is going sort of well, so I'm not gonna do the 3D shit. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that programming is the glue that keeps it all together, and I feel like I'm just so lucky that I got to that side of things when I did. Because I'm able to now do a job that, like, I'm lucky enough that I get to, for the most part, do all these creative endeavors. And that is a gift horse I try not to stare into the mouth too much. Is that the saying? I didn't use the saying correctly, but that's okay. But I've got a lot of friends who are in different places than I am, and I'm just super appreciative of why I was 14 and decided to code Minecraft plugins. Couldn't tell you, brother. Kind of went off on a tangent there, but 2.5 minutes. Made it through 5. Wait, that's sick. It's like a minute and a half per. Wait, well, you're not done yet, brother. Bro just said brother to himself. I don't like how these are asymmetrical. Don't scribble. Don't scribble. I gotta like raise my hands when I'm tempted to scribble. You did the crazy job over here, so yeah. I mean, I was unemployed for like 6.5 months, and I was like, oh, I'll get a job. It's okay. I have experience now. Remade my website. Took some time. Didn't chill really, but worked on a game. It was a nice opportunity to get back to all that. And then after 2-3 months, I was getting to interviews and then not quite making it through some. And I was like, dang, dude, I gotta be better. And I kind of leveled myself up in a lot of big ways. I'm gonna have a whole video about the process behind that. Almost got me in trouble, but hey, this isn't terrible, man. I'm kind of breaking Hampton's flow, but 0.5 minutes per. Fresh Eyes X Hampton. But yeah, I mean it's a, don't hate the player, hate the game. I say that unironically this time. All right, I'm gonna compare. So this is the last white page sketchbook I filled. I say white page because I have the tan pages that I was using for dynamic sketching. And again, the only reason I did that was because I was like, I got money. Well, I'm not rich by any means, but I had the money to spend on an art course. I wasn't gonna spend on anything else. This cracks me up. This looks like, this is when I first got this cheap kit of watercolors, and I was like, man, it's like our 4th grader drew it. What up, Atar Bot? I need a date on one of these. Anyway, I want to make a sketchbook tour thingy. Oh, this was the game idea. If you're still hanging, Death's Ballad. These are my first thumbnails for it. Visual novel style, and these were not done in the last 6 months. These were done in September of 2024. So don't judge. Here are some initial figures. So this is what I'm looking for. I only got 5 minutes, but. There's some proportion is there. I'm trying to analyze myself from the past and what I would change. This is when I had watched a Proco video. I know this because you've got that Loomis head kind of going, and you've got the longer lines. So there was definitely a time when I started thinking less lines is better. Why do I have a crown? It's a new YouTube feature. You're my number 2 fan. Unfortunately, you're not number 1. Chummy's number 1. Got to do better right there. Naps to Bluke. This wasn't too bad. This was an AI image on Pinterest I got, and then it occurred to me that it was AI, and I want to be able to use AI references because of the amount of ideas you can generate, but I am not good enough to. Nah, Cinnamon Bun, you'll rank. I believe in you. Got skill issue to dang. Pensive wobble. Because I like the ideas that I see sometimes, but I haven't seen the right thing enough. These are some of my initial cubes in space. All right, I'm not trying to turn this into a freaking tour. This was copied. I don't take credit for that construction. I could have sworn I did a butt ton of figures here, man. What is this? Oh yeah, this is on my cube rotation. Okay, here's some figures. I did doing it in the colored pencil. This was a fun one. Big fan of it. I'm still a really big fan of this now. This looks better than I did when I first made it. Studying some architecture. Dude, where? I could have sworn there were like 10 pages of figures in a row. Cover now, that looked good. Dope. Thank you. Yeah. Bro got me talking about the gecko. Okay, I lost it. Because in dynamic sketching, a lot of it. Oh, here we go. Yeah. A lot of it comes down to breaking down things into their basic forms and shapes. But anyway, so looking at these, I'm just trying to think. I don't hate these. I realized I kind of wanted to draw people that I was just like kind of seeing. This isn't terrible. This is very scribbly. I don't mind very scribbly. I think I want to get better at very scribbly, but you gotta know what you're scribbling for, you know. So these are not broken down. This is not broken down. I used quick poses because it has a timer and not YouTube casually encouraging spam. Oh, I read the wrong way. I prefer strongly and statically typed sketches. Bro, you're a Python dev. What are you talking about? Strongly typed? Please. Cinnamon's number 3. Let's go. Okay. I got no time, but I'm doing this anyways. Yeah, again, not breaking it down, just trying to do it quick. All the scribbles around it are from later in line testing and whatnot. This paper is rough, so it was wearing down the felt liner quite a bit. That's what I like about, I don't know, this, anyway. These are some shapes. Again, more figures. Finally started breaking things down into their circles. This one got away from me, sure. Don't mind this. Yeah, breaking. This was a cloth attempt. Nice. I'm really fascinated by cloth. I don't really know why. I think clothing is really cool to draw. Okay, these aren't as bad as I thought they were gonna be. Because it's the scribbly lines really do add a lot to it. It's the arms that I keep losing the plot though. What is happening? Oh, that's someone's leg. That's a pretty good leg towards the arm. Sort of just trying to adapt. I like that I was breaking the shapes down, but I don't love that I didn't really use them. It was kind of planting proportions, and then the lines didn't really travel along them. I do our rust, okay? Cry. All right, brother. All right. You write rust more like your skills are getting rusty. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, again, it's these basic shapes, but then I don't... It's good for the body shapes, but then I don't use it for the legs. So I kind of didn't do that here either. Mental note. This is Ghost Freak. That was fun. This was first time with like ink wash on a creature. I'm a huge Ben 10 kid. That like people be like, "Oh, you watched SpongeBob when you're growing up?" I'm like, "No, I watched Ben 10. Sorry." This is a very terrible big chill. This was with gouache. I was watching TV, so I couldn't focus. I have these own creature designs in my head, and so I really like the design of the aliens, and I have my own powers, and I have this whole world in my head that, again, I want to get out. That's why I'm trying to do this. More figures. Here is my thumbnail attempt. This is from April of this year. Oh, it's 2025. This is only 3 months ago? Huh. Thanks, Cinnamon. I think it's easy to look at one's own anything and be like, oh, it's so bad. Both because A, people improve over time, but B, because I was there. I knew when things went wrong and I pushed it anyway. And that's part of the failure process, is when things go wrong, you push it. Okay, I'll go over, these are the pages I was thinking of. These are when I discovered Michael Hampton. So I just want to go over these real quick for myself. I used to buy Cheetos because they used to have Ben 10 figure. Yeah, no, that's the only reason I buy Cheetos. For real. Smaller pages, good goal. Yeah. Again, the basic forms are coming around. Notes to self. Quick poses again. These were 60-second, not even sketches. Nice and scribbly. I'm not getting too much motion. This one I like. I should probably try and move this up a little bit. This one's not bad. But I'm getting the outline, and it's only in those lucky chances where I had the outline correct that you can kind of read it. Probably comes down to silhouette. Some longer attempts with some cloth, and then I copied Hampton here. This is too good for me. And then I try to do it more, and I like that the rubber banding for foreshortening. I like that it didn't focus on the outline of the silhouette, because that was what I would bork so much. Yeah, one man. I was again not getting to arms, but this isn't bad. Experiment with form. Interesting. So I'm getting better. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm getting better. Like this. When did Cheetos do that? I never got. It's time to go spend $200 on eBay for an old bag of Cheetos. Oh, the album just ended. That was good timing. Is game dev attractive because I see it as a programmatic way to make art? Yeah. Just trying to draw a dynamic sketch of a bird before the class, I think. This is cool. Trying to do a box mannequin. I have a book around that. So many figures. I found this video that was like, I drew figures every day and improved so much. And I was like, okay. There are some Pinterest references that kind of went well. Again, kind of interested in cloth. I kind of just tried to stop. I like this one. This one worked out really well, actually. What I like is that, and my goal with, drawing a ton of cubes and with drawing a bunch of figures is that it instills itself within you. I mean, that's what I find in programming. It's like these programmatic flows, the further I go into object-oriented programming, the further I stray from God. So like the more functional stuff I learn, the more I just it just shows itself up in the patterns of code I write. The more elite code I do, the more I'm like, hey, what if I make this a recursive function? And when I discovered that, I was like, okay, sick. Oh, this is because I started taking sort of I like these. The figure stuff kind of pops out to me. The biggest thing for figure to me is the ratios. We're kind of working out. Just really picturing that. 25 minutes for this one, 20 minutes from that, and then this was an environmental attempt. All right, cool. That's it. I have to go. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Tomorrow is Friday. I should be streaming again because I'm going to an art conference this weekend, and it's all about kind of anatomy and stuff. So hopefully more figures. And I'm going to try and find some references. But I also want to finish those 2 Spirited Away thumbnails because I still have those up. Functional programming mentioned. Hey man. Drink a potion or two, okay? All right. Mix it up a little bit. All right. It's fun when people stop by. I think I also just like just talking through my process because it helps me learn so much. I also wanted to make sure I knew about this because this was a proof of concept. Anyway, farewell, gamers. Maybe see you tomorrow. Maybe next week. Better be one of the two. Peace.